Reality recap.
Hi, Evelyn. Yes, I know you have the reunion. Yes, we have 2 more episodes. And then we have the reunion, of course.
I look like the slut. I look like a mom. She was like, you the one that look like you got a high body count hair. I fell the fuck out, y'all.
Candace, has Deborah reached out to you to apologize after the episode aired showing Chris did not flirt with her?
She wouldn't dare. She would get eaten for breakfast.
Oh boy.
No, she's doubling down.
Why would you go meet with Ray J without talking to Princess or letting her know why? Like, she's trying to justify that she told her after the fact and not supposed to make it.
What do you think of your ex-husband Jim coming out and saying you did not try to stop him from suing Shannon and Tamara?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, if his memory is a little foggy about what transpired back then, that's okay. However, he did admit that I had nothing to do with the...
Reality recap. Reality recap.
We are here. Good afternoon, everyone. It is your girl V with Reality Recap. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, covering. This is my favorite tea talk, y'all. Like, this is my favorite one. But we are covering last night's season finale. This is season 6 of Love After Lockup. A whole lot went down, from burnt bacon to pregnancy tests to all types of stuff. People going back to jail before the episode, and like, it was a mess. It did not disappoint. I enjoyed the episode at the expense of other people's misery. I hate to say that, but some of y'all saw this coming. All of y'all saw it coming. Let's be honest. But the chats are open right now. Make sure that you comment. Let me know your thoughts on last night's episode. Instagram, bear with me because my daughter stole my iPad to go get her hair braided. And so I got my phone sitting up here so I can see your comments from my phone. I don't have my big iPad with me right now, so bear with me. But yeah, we're streaming live. Make sure you like this video, please. Hit those little thumbs up, hit those like buttons, hit those hearts. Also, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's coming across the screen at Reality Recap 2876. It is in my bio, and the link in my bio on Instagram and on Facebook. Follow me on TikTok. And guys, I'm officially an Amazon influencer. So make sure you follow my storefront on Amazon. That's also reality_recap, where I'll be giving you everything from podcast equipment, wardrobe fashions, my mom life hacks, wife life hacks, all of the above, skincare, because you know I care a lot about the skin, honey. So I will be giving you everything. Thank you, Amazon, for giving me a chance. So please follow, support. Look out for links in my stories. I give you links. I gave you a few yesterday for a ring light for your phone. You know, these bundles of hair that you guys are asking for. Yes, because this came from Amazon. I ain't paying $500-$600 for no bundles. So yeah, I'm giving you all the secrets, all the tea, honey. So yes, head on over there to Amazon and make sure that you subscribe, or you follow, I should say, my Amazon storefront. So one last thing before we get into it. Thank you, Facebook. Facebook, I reached 80K followers. I think I'm going to be at 83K before the weekend is over. So y'all is showing up. Instagram, we hit 17K yesterday. So I appreciate you guys. Welcome, new followers. Y'all are thebomb.com. So let's get into it. Let me move this phone a little bit so I can see. I need to see the comments from Instagram and Facebook too. Thank you. Make sure you're hitting that like button. So let's get into it. We're going to start with our most obvious couple, right? Our top couple of the season with Julius and Alexis. Also, I was at the Beyonce concert on Thursday night, and I'm still recovering. Great show. If you guys are going, you're in for a treat. If you don't have tickets yet, get your tickets. I saw they had went down, so get your tickets, but it is a time. But anyway, while I was at the Beyonce concert, I saw Alexis kicking Julius out of her apartment on TikTok Live. Apparently, he got caught texting other women. I at first thought, because I couldn't hear it, I could see what was happening, but I couldn't hear it because I was in the concert. And I was saying, well, maybe this is because he debuted their daughter on his new music video. And I was saying maybe she wasn't aware of that. I don't know. But she kicked him out on Instagram, on TikTok Live, which I guess happens often, right? Like I told you guys throughout the season, it's a very up and down relationship. 1 minute they together, 1 minute they not. Julius really doesn't answer any questions when he goes live. He's really just trying to get you guys to listen to his music and pushing his music. So he doesn't answer any questions about the show. But she's put up a couple posts and, affirmations for herself that I hope she's following. But I guess it was short-lived that this episode that we saw, the season finale that we saw, that she kicked him out, because clearly she's let him back in. They were together for the gender reveal and all of those things and back and forth. And now she kicked him out on TikTok Live on Thursday for texting other women. And I'm saying, duh, that's just the tip of the iceberg, boo. Like, I'm tired of saying the same thing. This boy he got locked up at 19. What are we expecting from a boy that got locked up at 19 and served 6 years? What are we really expecting? Where are we really expecting him to come home and become a family man, a father, and just fall into the white picket fence lifestyle? I don't know what we're expecting here. Not us, clearly, but what Alexis is expecting. I'm not surprised. Hey, Lily. Thank you for checking in. Oh, it's working, y'all. I figured I had to make my comments just show up on their own. So I'm happy they're in the corner, hopefully. And Lily also said, Julia's trash, but Alexis know better. She thought she won the prize, but the fact that he said, I don't need a job, just pick up some hours. How very embarrassing, Lily. Let's get into it. So, yeah, she kicked him out last Thursday. This past Thursday, she kicked him out on TikTok Live. We'll see how long that lasts. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already back. But he's saying, like, he posted on the internet as well, saying like he don't care. He ain't never cared. People mad because he don't care. So yeah, he put up a few things. He's been putting up do signs. So I don't know. Maybe he's a little hurt. They're both just young. So he's put up some like I don't care type messages as well. So, but yeah, Julius didn't come home. If you guys need a quick refresher, episodes before, we saw where Julius left for the studio. She meaning Alexis, had put a tracker, air tag on her car. She was calling him to let him know that she, had news for him. She found out she was pregnant and he wasn't answering all day. So she pulled up on him. He was no longer at the studio. He was at a clothing store called Vengeance. Never heard of it, but he was at this clothing store. She pulls up in the parking lot. He's in her car with two other women. They get out and she's asking him, like, what are you doing? Why aren't you answering my calls? Why do you have these girls in my car? He's acting all nonchalant and when he needs to start chalanting, but he's acting all nonchalant and he gets back in her car, pulls off on her, comes back, and she watches him go into the clothing store without the girls. Now, one of the girls, the one that had the low haircut that we saw in the parking lot, one of them, she got on Instagram or social media this past week as well. She had put her wig on and she said that there was nothing going on. She was there to get paid. She was truly there to be a video girl. So one of the girls from that scene did get on the internet and clear the air. But yeah, he did not come home. So after that, and him going into the clothing store, he never came home from the clothing store, child. So she at home burning bacon and her satin cap. A lot of y'all had a lot to say in my comments about her bacon, that it wasn't done. I don't know. It looked like it was done on one side, not on the other. But yeah, she at home burning bacon. Hey, Live Through Me. Thank you for checking in. But yeah, she's burning the bacon in her satin cap, and Julius finally makes his way home. He walks in talking about some smell good. Where the food at? Excuse me? So what's up, babe? Like you ain't been missing all night? The audacity was audacitying last night. You hear me? But he walk in and she got a plate for him, I would have smacked him across the head with the plate, but she had a plate ready for him. And I swear to y'all, I would have smacked him with the plate and said, let them hoes you was over there in the parking lot with feed you, bruh. Ain't happening over here. He lucky he even was able to get through the door. I would have been to change the locks, put a daggone couch chair in front of the door, something like that. I don't do good with people trying to play me and trying to embarrass me. I just don't do good with it. It turns on another level of crazy. But yeah, he comes in, she give him his little bacon, and he's telling her basically like, listen, nothing was happening, but this is my career. I'm a rapper. Go to the studio one time, that's his career. He's a rapper, and she's just gonna have to get used to it. The hoes will be around. And she's saying, listen, it's about communication. You don't have to hide it. If there was women there, why would you tell me that? What man is gonna tell his significant other, I'm at the studio and there's hoes here? That's not happening. Not realistic at all. But that's what her expectations are. She tells him she has something to share with him. She gets up, she comes back and slams 2 pea sticks on the table. Disgusting. Why do we do this with our pea sticks? Like, I hope she sanitized it or whatever. She slammed them on the kitchen table. Friends, if you're friends of Alexis, never eat at her kitchen table. She put her pea sticks there. But she puts them down and he told me something. So what that mean? You can't read, bro? It means she pregnant. And he told her, you sure these right? Because they could be, they be wrong sometimes. So 2 tests is wrong, Julius. Stop it. Stop it. I saw Julius' soul leave his body when she said, he like, you sure? She's like, yeah, I'm pregnant. We pregnant. I literally saw his soul leave his body. That boy ain't ready for no kids. He not ready. Neither is she. And she knew that, yo. Like, she knew that she wasn't ready. She knew that she should have waited. My thing is, you telling us that you come from a single mother household. He comes from, a broken home as well. You would think, because this isn't all on Julius, why would you put yourself in a predicament to be pregnant by someone that you've only known for a month? I mean, yeah, you talked to him on the inside, you visited him, but y'all haven't spent any time in the free world. Why would you put yourself in that predicament? And if you come from a single mother household and you're trying to break that generational curse, you would think you would be a little bit more selective. And not even saying that she couldn't select Julius, but get to know him, understand, like, you would want him to have a job, not you sitting at the table asking him to get a job and he telling you he ain't gonna be no delivery boy. You might have want to work those things out, understand those things, and say, is this a good fit to be a father of my child? More than likely, no. He's frozen in time at 19 years old and he's just starting out in his 20s and he's still got the mind of a 17, 18, 19-year-old boy. What are we doing? What are we doing? So she has to take accountability as well. I low-key don't feel sorry for her because she should not have done this, and I know she know that. I know that. Thank you guys for commenting. Hi, Iris. Iris said, hey, in new, but I want to know the tea. Well, come on in and get it. Said, found you right as I'm about to clean too. Thank you so much, Iris, for checking in. Hi, Mike. Mike says he looks happy with his daughter in his music video. He was holding her and accepted it. Yeah, I mean, you ain't got no choice but to accept it. He, in my opinion, was trying to see if she was willing to maybe, abort the baby. He was like, you sure this is what you want to do right now? You sure that we got a lot of things to handle. I got my career, so he was trying to get to that conversation, but she was like, no, what other options do we have? How do you guys feel about that? I want to hear from you guys. Like, how do you feel? You get pregnant, you're having this conversation and you want to keep the baby, but feel like there's no other option. And the man is hinting at there being other options. How would you handle that? That is a tough conversation to have with anyone. I just would not want to be in those shoes where it's not something that you talked about with someone and they're kind of at the table. His soul left his body. He's sitting there like, wow, you sure this test is all right? You sure you want to do this? You know, we got a lot to handle. Are you sure? Like, how do you want, how's that conversation to go? But yeah, Mike, he did look, I don't know if he looked happy in the video, Mike, or he's just using this baby for views. I would hate to say that. A lot of you guys commented that on that as well, how he was holding the baby. It didn't look safe to me. At first, when she kicked him out on TikTok Live that day, I was like, it must have been because she didn't know her baby was going to be in that video, because she's still not showing the baby's face on her social media. So I was wondering if she approved that, because I couldn't hear. I told you guys I was at the Beyonce concert, so I couldn't hear what she was saying when she kicked him out. I looked into it a little bit later afterwards, after I posted it. But Lily said Alexis is just desperate for love. She believed all the things he said to her while he was locked up. Hi, Toria. Thank you for checking in. Shannon said, who we talking about? We are talking about Julius and Alexis. We are on the first couple this is the first couple we're talking about from last night's season finale of Love After Lockup. Mike says, saw that too, looking for a way out. Lily said, I honestly wouldn't be mad if she decided not to keep the baby after the way he reacted to the news pregnancy. And Lily, I am an advocate of woman's body, her choice. So if she would have chose to not keep the baby, I would not have been mad at her with him telling her to pick up other shifts. I wouldn't have been mad. You know, I definitely wanted to hear from you guys and what you thought about that. But I just, listen, because for me, I wouldn't have put myself in that predicament. I get mistakes happen. That wasn't no mistake. They knew they weren't using protection. They knew what could happen, both of them. I would not have put myself in that predicament with a man that has been home. He literally got you pregnant like you're for his first day out. And you had already had a conversation with him knowing that he doesn't want to get a job. He wants to rap and hang out at the studio. Why would you put yourself in that position? I just don't know. Iris, you agree with Lily. Mike said, baby is cute, looks like her, but very light like him. Agreed. And Toria said she did not kick him out. How is that kicking him out when you let him leave his clothes, then say you going to leave your family? Yeah, I don't know. It's because I had that in my notes, Toria, when they got to that point, he left with that same white vengeance bag that he came in with. And even on TikTok, when she kicked him out this week, you guys were saying you didn't believe it because he left, he didn't leave with any of his clothes. I don't know what the motive is, because they're not on the next season of Life After Lockup, unless we're going to see them another season of Life After Lockup. I don't know if it's for publicity. Part of me feels like she may be in on the cahoots of him pushing his music, because her kicking him out got a lot of views, got a lot of interactions. He got a lot of views on his music video, because the baby was in it. So I don't know if they're using this to their advantage to get their money up, but whether she kicked him out or not, I just know he probably gonna be back if he not already back. Like, they keep doing that. They're up and down roller coaster for real. Iris said pick up other shifts. That's what he told her. Haley said Julius is a cornball. Iris said definitely not having no child with him. Tori said Alexis is a whole clown, but I give her grace because she is young and got a lot of maturing and growing to do. They both do. She was wrong from day one. He got home. Yeah, they both got a lot of growing to do. I try to give them grace as well, because, you know, I think about me at that age. I didn't get pregnant at that age, but I definitely, you know, I had relationships that wasn't the best for me. I got married once that I shouldn't have got married, and I knew that, you know, so I do give them grace. I know that, again, Julius, he got locked up at 19. He's frozen in the 17, 19 year, and he's just getting out. He's not ready for a baby or family. I don't even know if he remembers what he was taught in sex ed, talking about he got a strong pullout game, and here we are. Like, and for Alexis, I try to give her grace because there's trauma there, right? She told us at the beginning of this season that she was in a relationship where he loved her. and she got pregnant. As soon as she told him she was pregnant, took off, and she had a miscarriage. So I honestly believe, whether it was Julius or anybody else, she was looking to get pregnant. She wanted a baby. She wanted to do this. And I feel like that was the reason. So let me look at their ages again. But I think Julius is around, I think he's 25. And I know Alexis just turned 30. She turned 30. She celebrated her birthday Mother's Day weekend. So she had her first Mother's Day and she turned 30. So she's a little, she's about 5 years older than him. He's probably, I don't know if he had a birthday yet, but he's on his way to 26 if he's not already. So yeah. There's definitely trauma there. So I try to give her grace as well as him. He's used to fast money, fast life. He's not going to want to go work an hourly job, even though the saying is easy come, easy go, but he's not going to want to do that. So she tells him she's pregnant. It doesn't go well. She runs off crying in the closet. He gathers himself and he goes and apologizes and says, look, he just got caught off guard. He was surprised that she gonna be good. There's no one else he wants to have a baby with. I don't think there's anyone he wants to have a baby with, especially not right now. But he apologizes and they sit down and they try to talk again. And when they try to talk again, that's when she starts telling him, like, we got to get ourselves together. I really think you should try to get your license. Why he driving your car with no license, girl? But she tells him, I think you need to get your license and try to get that delivery job. And he's still talking about, I'm not going to be no delivery boy. That's not happening. He told her she better pick up some more shifts. It's not funny, but it's funny. So he said he don't need grace. He made a pass saying nobody can change him and he isn't. Oh, he made a post saying nobody can change him and he isn't changing. Yeah. I maybe not grace, but I just put myself in his shoes and know that if I got locked up at 19 and got out at 25, you wouldn't be able to hold me down. Like, not saying I'll be out here sleeping with everybody, but I'd be enjoying life, seeing the world that I missed and enjoying the rest of my 20s. So that's what I guess I mean. Like, I put myself in his shoes. We're expecting a whole lot from a 25-year-old felon. We really are. Well, Live Through Me said, if he ain't take his PlayStation, he coming back. Is that how it goes, fellas? If you don't take your PlayStation, I was going to say PS2. I don't even know what number the PlayStations are on now, but I guess if you don't take the PlayStation, he coming back. And didn't Savannah say that too about Bradley, about the PlayStation? So yeah, I guess that means that he's coming back. And then somebody throw a PlayStation outside last night. That was Quiana. We'll get into that. But yeah, he tells her she needs to pick up more shifts. And I'm saying, oh, we on PS5, Toria? I don't know. I ain't played PlayStation since it was just that, PlayStation, no numbers, with Crash Bandicoot or something I was playing. But yeah, so she looking at him like, pick up extra shifts. The girl is pregnant, already working 2 jobs and in nursing school. Did y'all hear her say that she's struggling to pay her school tuition because she's been taking care of him? That was another thing that made me want to go through the TV. I don't want to say I wanted to smack no pregnant lady, but I just was like, girl, you don't put no dude before your money, your bag. You gonna mess up your tuition, and he's sitting in your face telling you need to pick up some extra shifts. Like, wow, this is what you played yourself for. But she was saying, I took it as when she was saying, listen, I can't pay all these bills by myself and take care of another human. I took it as she was talking about the baby. He jumped right on that saying, you don't take care of me. You don't do nothing for me. As he sits at her table, living in her house, driving her car and eating her bacon and eggs. Huh? And she's saying, well, I've done all this for you. I bought you clothes when you got out. He wearing them Lucky Brand drawers from Marshalls that she probably got from him for him as well. Like, what? She don't do nothing for you. No, you don't do nothing for her, but cause strife. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, you the one that don't do nothing, sir. You sitting at her table. Literally, she brings the table and you telling her she don't do nothing for you. She don't support you. The fact that you're looking for her to do things and do the stuff for you, that's the same reason why he left Ashley, right? Because he's saying, you don't send me, you ain't send me no money on my books. Nah, take care of yourself. You should be helping her, reimburse her, helping her get her tuition up. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe. I told you the audacity was audacitying last night. I just couldn't believe he sat there in her face, and I can't believe she pregnant. So, because if it was me, Lord have mercy, I'd have went across that table so fast. The plate, the bacon, everything would have been flying across the damn table. But Tori said, thank you, Toya. That's right. Make sure y'all like this video, please. Hit those like buttons. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe YouTube channel. Thank you, Toria. And Bella said, girl, he told her to get one. She walked off crying. And Bella also said he told her to get a termination. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We were talking about that, Bella. I think before you came in, I was asking, how did you guys feel about that? You know, I'm about women doing what's best for them. I'm not judging nobody's decisions. And I wouldn't have been mad at her if she chose to do that, especially after this conversation with him. So she gets upset and kicks him out with no bags. Like Toria said, he leaving out with that one Vengeance white paper bag that he came in with, I guess, with his clothes in it. And he talking about he leaving and he walks out the house. They try to talk again later on in the episode. They try to talk again. She following him outside. I want her to take that satin cap off her head, bro. I'm so tired of seeing that satin cap. Like, the girl Brooklyn, when Brian brought her breakfast, she woke up with a clean face and lip gloss on. Y'all know she ain't really do that. Like, put yourself together. She just looks so tired and worn out from this dude, like, and chasing him. It's a full-time job, investigating where he is, keeping in track of him. Like, it takes over your life trying to worry about what somebody else doing. You don't want that for yourself, baby girl. Nobody wants. I don't want that for myself. Like, I'm over here trying to keep my skin clear. I don't have time to be chasing what you doing and where you doing it at in my car. Like, I'd rather be alone than to deal with that. I do. I'd rather be alone than to deal with that kind of foolishness. But she following him outside. Oh, yes, because he told her he the prize. Before he left out, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what he said. Thank you, Bella. Yes, he said he the prize. You like lucky to be in my presence. You are in my presence because of the things that you've done with me. You don't do nothing for me, but I still mess with you. Like, be glad about that. Is basically what he was saying to her after telling her to pick up extra shifts. He ain't working. Lord have mercy, child. I can't. Like, I could not imagine, like, the fury I felt in my heart. I could only imagine. But she's super nice, and she said that, she's nice and she thinks he takes advantage of that. So he gets up with his bag and he leaves. She follows him outside and she's like, you leaving? Yeah. He like, you ain't coming back. And she said, I want you to follow your dreams. I want you to do everything your heart desires from a music standpoint. I just want to make sure our baby is good. And then, a household with both parents and all of that. And he's telling her that she makes it difficult for him to stay in the household with her or to be there to raise this baby. Not that he's making it difficult by lying and going to hotels to see Ashley, by having women in her car, by by not getting a job. Why you can't rap and work? Can't do both? Like, I don't get it. Like, have a steady income while you do that. I do see him on Instagram. I don't know if it's real or fake, but he be having, you know how they do the money sleeve all up the sleeve, and he be having his knot of money. He had a knot of money when she kicked him out on TikTok, saying like, I could get out. Look at this knot of money. Yada yada yada. I don't know if it be real or not. I really don't. But maybe things are working out for him. I suspect. I don't want to wish this on nobody, but I expect Julius he's going to end up going back to jail. He's been posting things on his on his Instagram story, like, oh, if you're interested in making some money, hit me up. Must be 18 or older. It's giving scammer vibes. So I'm sad to say he doesn't get it. He's addicted to fast money. Like, men be addicted to money just like people are addicted to drugs, to women, to gambling. Like, he is addicted to fast money. So easy come, easy go. So I definitely suspect that he's going to end up back in jail. Whatever he's doing to get these stacks. His music video is getting some views. I think the music video with the daughter in it, when I last looked, was at like 6,000 views. Not enough to be a YouTube sensation that you holding up racks of money. But I suspect he's gonna end up in some trouble. I do, sadly. But yeah, she goes outside. She's, kicking her speech to him about the 2-parent household. He's telling her she's the one difficult to live with. He's in his confessional saying that Alexis is toxic, that he thinks that she likes to argue with him and see how he's going to react. And I'm just saying, you just sat at her table and told her you the prize. And you not the toxic one. I was utterly confused. like seriously, you can't make this stuff up. I hate to laugh at others people pain, but it was just ridiculous, really. He has a teenage mind. He has a lot of growing up to do. So he leaves crying. She's crying and carrying on. She could barely talk, and she's saying, he takes advantage because I'm so nice, and that he just, I really just needs to love myself more. Yeah. Wish you would have took that advice before you even got yourself hooked up in the relationship with him. But I hope she starts to take the advice. Like I said, they've been back and forth, breakup, makeup, breakup, makeup throughout this entire season on social media. She kicked him out on Thursday. Do I believe he's still kicked out? I don't know. Like I said, he posted a few things. I'll read one of his posts to you real quick. He said, I give no fucks. Ask anybody. I never gave a fuck. Now motherfuckers mad. No amount of anything on the planet could make me change or care. Fuck the internet gang. I'm really different. And he said, motherfuckers do too much for the internet, yet he's on the internet all day, every day, live on TikTok. But he's saying she did too much for the internet, I guess, because she went live to kick him out. So, yeah. You went live on a national TV and embarrassed her and did too much. Or did too little, I should say. So payback, I guess. What can you expect? Hey, Love D Nice. Thank you for checking in on Instagram. Read some of your comments. Iris said he's mad disrespectful to her. I hope she opened her eyes to that. I hope so too. Tori said, girl, it's tax season. And Iris said, had an ex like that, you literally cannot change them and got to keep it pushing. They'll change if they want to change for you or for somebody else. But I tell you, it's always in them. I live by what Jay-Z say. You are who you are, player. You could try to change, but that's just the top layer. I live by that. Like, when they show you who they are, that's who they are. You're either going to deal with it because you love them, or you're going to move on to something else. But yeah. Hi, Naya. You're a new sub. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing and following. I appreciate you. She said, hey, just found your account looking for love after lockup content. You're so funny and real girly. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I really do love this show. I really, really do. So thank you for recognizing that. But yeah, so we're not going to see Julius and Alexis sadly on Life After Lockup. I wish we were going to see them. I honestly would rather see them than some of these couples that we're going to follow. We're following a lot of couples in the new season that have already broken up. Like, we're just going to follow their story already knowing that they broke up. So to me, that's a little disappointing. And I wish that we were following them. So really quickly, let's talk about who's going to be on the new season of Life After Lockup. I think I gave it to you guys my last recap, but I'll go over it again really quickly. But Zariah and Troy will be back, and this airs in August. A first look at the new season. I put that up for you a day or two ago, but the next season, you can't wait, Raven. Cool, I can't either. It will start in August. So Zariah and Troy are back. You have Keith is home. So Letitia and Keith, we saw Letitia and her daughters. Never got to see Keith on the show because he couldn't get out, or the lawyer she had hired saying that they could get him out early because of some new law didn't go through. But Keith is finally home, so we'll see Letitia and Keith. Bianca and Daniel, which we already know Bianca and Daniel are broken up. So we're following a couple on this new season that has already broken up. Justine and Mike. I'm tired of seeing Justine and Mike, if I'm being honest with you guys. Like, we've seen them enough. And it could be, just call me toxic. I don't care. I love the mess, but they're not messy enough as a couple to keep coming back. They're a true love story. Cool. Move on. Where we could have replaced them. Like, I'd rather have Alexis and Julius, but Justine and Mike will be back. Louis and Melissa. I don't mind Louis and Melissa. I love Melissa. Y'all know I interviewed her. But Louis and Melissa will be back, and I really low-key like them as well because that means Louis' mother, Donna, will be back as well. So we'll see Louis and Melissa. Brooke and JK. Now, Brooke and JK, I can't seem to figure out if they're together or not. They're another couple that goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But Brooke and JK will be back. We'll talk about them on the season finale. Also, Savannah and Bradley, which we know Savannah and Bradley are not together. She spends a lot of time with his sister again, like they're best friends. I personally think they're using together. Just my thoughts, allegedly. But Savannah and Bradley are not together, and I'm tired of them on this season. Like, we barely get to see them because he got the hell out of Dodge and went to start working his roofing job, and that was it. But yeah, Savannah and Bradley will be back. And that's the couples that we have. I really wish we had Alexis and Julius. Hell, I would have liked to follow Brooklyn and Brian. We also have Quiana and Demondrick as well. I forgot to say Quiana and Demondrick. We're following them on the new season of watching him ping pong back and forth between her. Who called Demondrick's baby mother Jaw in my comments? I gotta find that comments. Y'all messing up her name, calling her Jaw. I scream. But we're gonna follow them as well as Will and Courtney, which I don't mind Will and Courtney. I really don't. But those are the couples that I know of allegedly that would be on the new season. Love D Nice said, I'm excited to see Brooke and JK. I like their story. I like their story too. It's funny, it's entertaining. They're just up and down, up and down. So I wasn't sure if they were gonna make the new season or not, but that's what I know so far, guys. So yes, Amy, thank you for checking out on YouTube. There's a little tea for you guys. Raven said, Justine and Michael, they act too bougie and they don't have it. Yeah, they're living beyond their means. I don't know if they still are, but they definitely were when they brought that home. Tori said, they say Quiana and Demondrick has gotten married already. Have you heard that? And is it true? I have not heard that Quiana and Demondrick got married. I told you guys, Demondrick is hiding from social media real good. Like, his pages, I can find his pages, but he doesn't post at all. They're old pages. I don't know if they got married, but I'll definitely look into that. I haven't heard that at all. Toria said, we need to reach out to her baby daddy. Okay, well, we'll reach out to maybe everybody doesn't know, but Quiana does have a child. She has a baby daddy who has been going off on the internet, very reckless, because he's basically saying Quiana is doing to him what Demondrick is doing to Joella. Like, she kind of left her family, her man, to go be with Demondrick, and she has a child. So he is a man scorned, honey, and he's been going off on the internet. So agreed, Toria. Let's go ahead and reach out. I gotta look and see what his profile name was again, because I only saw his stuff through Reddit. I don't know what his social media is. Like, for Instagram and Facebook, we will definitely, let's make that work. But yeah, who's the next couple we should talk about? I guess that leads us right into Quiana and Demondrick, right? So we're back where we left off, where Quiana has looked through Demondrick's phone and realized that he's still talking to Jaw. Y'all got me calling her that now. But he's still talking to Joella. She found some flirty texts, and she decides Thank you, Toria. She decides that she's gonna kick him out. He don't look worried about it at all. He's saying like, well, all right, cool. Don't throw my $100 shirts around. We gonna be separated, and give me my grandmama ring before I leave. And before I go, let me hit your wine off. He picked up her wine glass and drunk her wine, bro. Like I told you, the audacity was audacitying last night. But yeah, he don't seem to. He know he gonna be back. He knows she gonna take him back. That's why he keep doing it. And he says, you know, cool, I'm out. Sips on her wine and leaves. How dreadful it must be to try to hold on to a man, his every move, what he doing, try to be at his beck and call, all because you know if you kick him out, you know if you don't do something for him, he gonna get it done by his baby mother. How dreadful. How dreadful. But he yeah, D Candy say, yeah, I'm gonna drink your wine. Yeah, it's like a mess, y'all. Let me see if I can sit this right here. Trying to read my Instagram comments. My daughter took my iPad. Like she don't have her own, but she took mine too. They went to get their hair braided. So yeah. I just don't get it. But he knows that he's gonna be right back, and he leaves and goes to Juella's house. Now, before he leaves, right, we also find out Demondrick is blaming Quiana for his cheating on her, or his emotional cheating, or whatever he's doing with Juella. He's blaming Quiana for that because apparently when he was locked up, Quiana messed around or talked with a guy on the outside. But she's saying she did that because she found out while he was locked up that he was talking to his baby mother. But at this point, right, I know at the end he's saying that he wants to be with Quiana. He can't leave her alone. But at this point, it's giving Quiana is the other woman. When I look at Demondrick's Facebook, even though he doesn't post now, and when I look at Juella's Facebook, Jaw, yes, Toria, Jaw. That's what the piece. Somebody called her that in my comments, and I fell out. But they said Jaw, whatever her name is. But when I look at their previous posts from years back, she's been around forever. You know, they have 3 children together. She's always around his family. He was wishing her happy birthdays and Valentine's days and all of those things. So it's coming off like you stole him from Juella. Like you are the side chick, and that's why he keeps running back and forth. That's what it's giving. I know he said, you know, he wants to be with Quiana, but you run back to Juella, and she's in the house on her diary cam, and she got her little robe on with the low cut open, holding his clothes. Like, yeah, I'm putting his clothes basically probably in the closet in the same space they were before he left the last time. But she put his clothes up on the wire hangers. Somebody called out her wire hangers. Y'all don't miss shit. Do you hear me? Y'all don't miss nothing. Y'all called out her wire hangers, and somebody else said she over here worried about this man while she got a sheet hanging up on her window. I said, y'all is something else. I can't take it. Y'all be in my comments going off. But Raven said, well, yeah, I think they were together in high school, then maybe separated. I don't think it was a continuous relationship because the man got 6 kids by like 3 different baby mothers or something. So it couldn't be a continuous relationship from high school, Raven, because she not his only baby mother, and them not his only 3 kids. He got more. So there's definitely been some break babies or something happening. But yes, y'all said she got wire hangers and she worried about chasing this man when she should be worried about putting curtains up and take that sheet down. I said, Lord, y'all be popping off in the comments, and I'll be screaming with my popcorn. So yeah, she's happy, but I'm saying, why would you be happy when it's by default? It's not like he came back to you because he's saying, I realized the error of my ways. I should have never gave her my grandma ring. I should have gave it to you. That still wouldn't be good enough for me to be second choice. But he's back at your house by default, and you giving it up to him, and y'all playing house and playing family That's the issue right there. He already knows that he can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and they both gonna keep just dealing with it. So he's saying he's been back with Juella. Yes, Love D Nice. He has more kids. He has he has like 6 total. Those are not his only kids. So yes. But yeah, he's playing family man and being there. He's saying like, I can see my kids without lying or hiding. But now he's hiding to go see Quiana. Did y'all see he parked like a block away from Kiana's house when he went to see her? So he's lying, saying he's going to work, and he's saying that he's single. Juella seems to think that they're back together the same way he did Quiana, where she thought they were engaged, but he's in the confessional saying that it wasn't that, it was just a promise to get engaged. He's doing the same thing to Joella, but he's saying he's single. Kiana's saying she's single, but they talk every single day. They still mess around, and he leaves from Joella's house to go to Kiana's house and park a mile down the road and walks to her house because he hiding it from Joella. Like, do we not believe in the old saying, if you're giving the milk away for free, why are they going to buy the cow? And in this case, he got 2 bitches giving him the milk for free. What's going to make him change? Like, what is going to make him change? Nothing. So he's still taking everybody wine. And, I blame this on Demondrick's daddy, though, because he looked like he is an old school player. And he the one that got him hooked up in this foolishness. So, or that's where he learned it from. Let me say that. But he a lie and the truth ain't in him. He only tell the truth to us in his confessionals. He don't tell neither one of them the truth. So even after, I was wondering, what is Quiana thinking after watching this episode last night? Because you're saying, I don't know where he is when we're not together. I'm just trying to play my role and be single and not push it too much. No, you need to push it out of your life, girl. So I'm wondering how she's feeling after watching the episode. Although, like I said, they're going to be on Life After Lockup, and I'm sure more has already unfolded from that filming experience. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Where is he currently living and all of those things, we'll see in the new episode. But at this point, I can't blame him. I do blame him, but they let him do this, and he got both of them running in circles. So it must be good with them 2 ponytails sitting on his head and his little box braids hanging to his ear. He must lay it good. Gots to. Because he don't got nothing else to offer. He just got the cement job or the concrete job, whatever he's doing. But yeah, I don't see what it is that he has. Tori said it's not his fault. They allow him to do it. Yeah, at this point, it's like fool me once, fool me 2,000 times. Like, I don't know whose fault it is at that point, Tori. Now I'm blaming the daddy. But yeah, so we'll continue to follow their story. Brian in Brooklyn, okay? Brian in Brooklyn. Brian, in the last episodes, we saw him. He's still sitting in the strippers parking lot over there at the dollhouse. But he basically went out on I guess a furlough, but he got like 3 hours to go look for interview clues. He goes out with a friend. I personally told you I think him and the friend would have just went and got the clothes and not did any craziness. But when she came outside, stepping outside, telling him, here's the ground rules, no bitches, be back by 3:00. And this grown man is looking at this woman he don't even know, telling him this, that, and the third. Then then he started talking to Brian about, well, is this what you deal with every day? Do you want this headache? Like, you've been locked up 6 years. You've missed the BBL era. Let me introduce you to some BBLs. Get your hands full with those things. And before you decide to settle down with SquarePants Brooklyn. So, yeah. They go to the interview store. He pick out some Mr. Rogers sweaters. And on the way back home, Brian's friend is saying like, look, let's stop by the strip club. Let's get some wings and things. And Raven said Brooklyn was doing so. She definitely was. She calling, she yelling, "Where you at? What time you gonna be home?" He hang up on her, and then his friend persuades him to go to the strip club. He is in the strip club parking lot, but apparently he never got out. I said, "Yo, we left you in this parking lot 2 episodes ago. You still there?" So he doesn't go into the strip club, and now he risks being late. And I'm saying at this point, if you're going to be late, being late by 1 minute, I mean, it don't seem like he got in trouble, but if you were 26 minutes away and it was already 3 o'clock, you might as well have just went in and got the wings and slapped a few BBLs at this point. But he makes it home because his friend is weaving through traffic, blowing. He pulls up on Brooklyn's lawn. So disrespectful, but I loved it. He pulled up on her lawn so he could hop out and be home. So he made it home at 3:01. D said, and sweaty underarms all the time. Who got sweaty underarms all the time, D? I don't know. Who got this? I must have missed that. But who got the sweaty armpits? Is it Brooklyn? But yeah, he made it home at 3:01. He was supposed to be at 3 o'clock. His ankle monitor, from what I saw, didn't go off. But he comes in and she's grilling him, where you been, what you did. He was saying, yo, we just went to get the interview clothes. But he didn't come in the house with no bags, y'all. So did he leave him in the front car? I don't even remember him taking no bags when they left out. But he came in the house with no, I pay attention to all of this, but he didn't have any bags when he went in the house. Like he did. Not square pants story. I don't like the body shame at all, but when he came home and she was standing there in that, I don't know, that Skims outfit, I was like, everybody is beautiful. You just have to know how to work with what you got and dress it the right way. And that was not the right way at all. Just being honest. She's a beautiful girl. I just want her to get a different wig. I don't like that swoop thing. I don't even know what a swoop leads to, but she just gotta, and she got a little change. She got a little money from her mama's estate. So I don't get it. Like, everybody looks good. You just gotta know how to work with it, you know? But yeah, she's giving him the 3rd degree. He's sitting there rolling his eyes, but she tells him, like, look, I just want to know where you are and what you're doing, and you to communicate with me, because I don't want you to go back to jail. I like having you here, and I can't see myself living here now without you. Why you couldn't just say that from the beginning? You catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar. So why couldn't she just be like that from the beginning? Babe, you know, I don't want to mess up this good thing we got going on. Make sure you back at 3 o'clock. But you come busting out the door with your rag on looking crazy. Here's the ground rule. No bitches. No, that's not how you go about it if you want to catch more bees with honey, sis. So you could have just gave that speech before he left. And then you probably would have met the friend, and your friend would have got off, you and the friend would have got off to a good start, instead of you coming out and accusing a man you don't even know what he about. And now he rolling up on your grass, leaving tire tracks, being disrespectful. Wasn't worth it. Now Raven says she needs a new bed. Oh no. I tell you one thing, I don't know about needing a new bed, Raven, but you was waiting for that, Toria. I don't know about that, but I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch again. But oh, you say Quiana baby, that not Quiana baby daddy, but you talking about Demondre. He sweat a lot. That's her boyfriend. Well, he had the one bag. T Candy said, yeah, she an all right looking girl. She just needs to clean up her place. Now y'all said she needs to clean up her place. She need a new bed. And she got money. I don't get it. Not the bed sitting on the floor. All I saw was them come bring the waffles with the 2 dogs sitting there. No wonder the 2 dogs was able to steal the food, because the bed was sitting on the floor. Makes sense, guys. Makes sense. For real. Guess it makes sense. But what scares me about Brian and Brooklyn is her daughter. I talked about it before, how a lot of people disagree with the relationship between Brian and Brooklyn's daughter. But she seems extremely close to him, calling him Bessie. They're cooking together, and she's saying, they seem like a great couple. I love them together. He's good to me and my mom. That scared me. I don't want him to break this little girl's heart. So they made the waffles and the eggs and brought it to the room to Brooklyn. He seems like he's trying, y'all. He hasn't, at least yet. I don't know if he went back out with that friend to the dollhouse to see some BBLs. I don't know. But he seems like he's trying, like he wants to make things work. So we'll have to see. Unfortunately, I didn't see them coming up on this new season. Maybe we'll see them on another one. I'm not sure, but I hope that he gets home. At the end of the episode, it did say he's off of the house arrest and he didn't have to go back to the halfway house. So he most likely found a job, because remember, he had 2 weeks to find a job or he was going to have to be sent back to the halfway house. So seemingly he found the job. He got off the monitor. And hopefully he's trying to fly right and they can make it work, because she seems so happy for her mom and to have him in the house and him helping and taking care of her. So I just hope it works out. I really do. So let's keep going. I always also laughed at Brooklyn saying that they are Jay-Z and Beyonce, a power couple. Like, a power couple. He still need to find a job, but go ahead, girl. The power couple, dance instructor, and interview goer. Okay, girl. But I hope it works out for them. Now, what's the next couple? We could talk about. Who are we talking about? Where y'all want to go next? Do y'all want to talk about Brooke and JK? I guess we could talk about them real quick. So JK goes to his ex-girlfriend's house. He's at Alex's house. And he, in my opinion, still has feelings for Alex. So does the whole damn family. The way that JK mom talked about Alex, how she's so helpful and everybody loves her. The whole family loves Alex. So he's over there. He says for closure. And the chapter, in my opinion, should have been closed when he found out through a recording that she cheated on you. Okay, Raven, we'll do Joey next. We're gonna go to Joey next after Brooke and JK. But JK's at Alex's house trying to close a chapter that, in my opinion, closed when she cheated on him while he was locked up. I find that strange. She must got that wop, because most men don't give women another chance after they cheat unless they're really, really in love. The men, they can cheat all day, but as soon as they find out you cheating, they hurt, wounded, and can't grasp any air. So he is at Alex's house. She's trying to explain how she's hurt that he left her and went straight to Brooke. You cheated. And she's ultimately trying to win JK back. She loves him. He tells her, look, I'm trying to move forward with Brooke. I don't know why he couldn't tell her this over the phone or through text message. Again, I think he still has some feelings as well, but he tells her that he is seemingly over it and moving forward. And he gets in his Uber. That was a nice ass Uber. You know how much money you have to pay for an SUV like that Uber around here? They must not be paying much for Uber down there. They all got big trucks anyway, I guess in Texas. But that was a nice Uber. Totally off track. But he he gets in the Uber. Brooke has already left work. She's jeopardizing her job where she takes care of her children by herself to go track down JK. I don't get the messing with your money for a man. It just ain't in me. Bag comes first. Everything else second. But she's risking her job to find out where JK is. Where she apparently already knows that JK is at Alex's house because she's tracking him through his phone. He doesn't know it. So she calls him and he's like, hey, baby, I'm just out, job hunting. And she said, no, you're not. You at Alex's house. So he's caught, busted. And he like, all right, well, let's meet up. And she sends her location. They sit down and he's giving the speech. I love you. I want to be with you. I went to get closure. Seemingly, that's what he did. He didn't sleep with Alex from what we saw over there in her haunted house. Y'all talking about Brooklyn's bed, child, and she need to clean her house. Alex's house looked abandoned. I thought she was living in a haunted house. But anyway, he's telling her nothing happens. They're together and he wants to make it work with her. She's trying to act like she's leaving. She don't want to have nothing to do with him. It's too late. Girl, you know you want him to help you with them kids. You already done got your kids souped. You was mad that he was at his grandma's house and not able to see your kids. You ain't going nowhere, Brooke. Like, stop it. Like, Raven said, you heard JK and Alex are back together. Let me look. I don't know if I saw that they were back together. All I saw was that he got new teeth. Thank God. He finally got some teeth in his mouth. But I didn't see that he had got a new girlfriend. I'm going to look through. But I didn't see that. I just saw that he got some teeth. But they're going to be on the new season. So, that's not to say that they're still together. But I was saying Brooke and JK is a couple that you can't really tell when they're together and where they're not. They're another couple that goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But he got some new teeth in his mouth. My girl, according to Amber, put that up. Let me show y'all real quick. Y'all see that? So, thanks according to Amber for sharing that. That's my girl. But yeah, he got some new teeth. Yeah, Raven, he did. Yeah, so we'll see them on the new season. But she wasn't going nowhere, acting all tough. Like, girl, going to pick up them kids before you be mad again. Let's talk about Michael and Joey. Are we surprised? Are we surprised with Michael and Joey? Like, seriously, are we? Michael broke up with Joey in the previous episode. I think the walls closed in on him because Joey took him to his family's house and they had serious conversations about him, not using, flying right, getting his life together. And don't pour Joey me, Toria. Don't pour Joey me, Toria. I don't want to hear it. We already knew this, and so did Michael. I mean, so did Joey. But I get it. You sad for Joey. Okay, let's be sad for Joey. But Michael broke up with him because basically Michael doesn't believe in himself. He don't believe in good things happening for him, and he is wrapped up in this drug addiction. So he is a con artist. He knows how to work the system. And he's comfortable in jail. That's why I guess I don't feel, he told Joey this, y'all. But okay, Toria, okay, Raven, we feel bad for Joey. I'm going to go along with that. But at the end of the day, Michael made it very clear that he sleeps around. He goes in and out of jail. He's comfortable in jail. When he gets out, he doesn't do what he's supposed to, and he gets sent back. We already knew this. The man didn't even want to stay at the halfway house the first night. He went there, but okay. I get it. Joey was sad and saying he don't want to be alone. He hope he finds somebody to love him. But Michael ain't it and never was gonna be it. You fighting with demons that you are not gonna win against. Until Michael's ready to change, he's not going to change. Like, this man broke up with Joey and went straight to a date with the guy Spencer. And he pillow talking clearly with Spencer because he's like, yeah, I just broke it off with him. Why does Spencer even know who Joey is? Like, they should have deleted his social medias and his contacts in his phone because he literally just got back into his social media and got back with everyone. But Michael leaves from breaking up with Joey and goes to a date. Joey's crying at his mother's house. They kissing in the mouth, honey. I don't know. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I just don't kiss my kids in the mouth. But yeah, he kissing his mama in the mouth and crying. He's talking about how he don't want to be alone and hope he finds somebody to love him. Stay off the prison sites looking for somebody to love you. Well, he wasn't on the prison sites. They were together before, but he's somebody in your past that you used with. So that's not a good idea for Joey as well. I feel like Michael did him a favor of not dragging him through through it with him. Maybe he did drag him through it while he was locked up and had him waiting for him. That wasn't right. But Joey, take this as a sign of favor, because he went back to jail before the episode was over. He violated his parole. He said he was driving and something happened. I forgot. Was it a crash or I don't know if he fell asleep at the wheel, but he got in trouble, violated parole, didn't go back to the halfway house, and he got to do 3 years. Now he ain't getting out till 2029. But he did say Joey doesn't speak to him at all. So kudos for Joey for keeping his standing on business and not going back to Michael or supporting him while he's locked up. It seems like he's really, really moving on, which we don't see often. But Michael don't want better for himself. He doesn't believe. He says he messes up everything good in his life. He's wrapped up in his addiction. And it was just crazy to me that Michael left to go on this date with this guy Spencer, and the man is just telling you how he left Joey. He don't want to be in a relationship. He know that for good. But then you in a hot mic moment is telling Michael, so when we gonna be together seriously? Did you not just hear what the boy just did to Joey? He gonna do the same thing to you, Spencer. Wake up. But he's like, so we're gonna be serious now. And Michael's like, yeah. We'll hang out, like tomorrow. And Joey did say he called Michael like once, I guess, after he left, and he said that he was with Spencer and Joey felt like he was giving him a tone as if he was bothering him. So he let it be. Good for him. So he said, good Joey. And Raven, he had an accident and warrant for his arrest. Right. Thank you, Raven. Yeah. So he had an accident. I don't even know where he got licensed to drive from. He ain't got no license. He had an accident. Then he had the warrant, violated the parole. He wasn't going back to the halfway house anyway. That was already a violation, and he got locked up. So, but did you also hear Michael say that he slept with like 8 to 14 people before he went back to jail? That's concerning. And again, why I feel like Joey dodged a bullet, okay? Because I don't think they slept together when they got out. They tried to, but they couldn't make it happen. Michael wasn't interested in it. Good. Because I doubt that he's out here wrapping it up every single time when he's sleeping with him for whatever, because he's, high or whatever he's doing. But the man said 8 or 14, and that's just a guess. I don't know for real. I was doing it every day, every other day. Like, what? Crazy. I said, oh my. And sleeping with Raven, you heard that too. He said that's a ballpark range. It could have been 14, it could have been 30. We don't even know. But Joey dodged a huge bullet. Yes, Toria, agreed. Thank God he did. And yeah, it had me feeling like that. One of my favorite Tyler Perry movies, the Confessions of a Marriage Counselor. When thank God her husband didn't sleep with her while she was messing with the other dude, because she was playing him out. Because that's how I feel with Michael. Michael gonna catch something if he ain't already caught it. Because no, I don't believe he's being safe. He's not safe with his own life on the streets. I doubt he's being safe sleeping with 18, 14 plus people. Crazy. But okay, we felt enough feeling bad for Joey. We're glad that he was smart enough to walk away from it and not speaking to Michael. Hopefully he keeps that up. Who's left? I think all we have left now is Courtney and Will, right? Yeah, that's all we have left. Let's talk about Courtney and Will. So Courtney and Will, he's taking her out on a date after they got married because he's hoping that she can get paroled to his home, and I think he lives in Sacramento. So he has like 1 or 2 days left before he has to go back home and leave her in the state that she's in. He takes her out on a date, and she's mad that he takes her to the sandwich shop. And she don't want no damn sandwich. Sandwich looks good to me. They look like they were fine sandwiches. Like it ain't like he took her to Arby's. It looked like a nice little, mom and pop Panera spot, I guess. But she don't want no sandwiches. She calling him broke. He's a broke boy. And he's basically, because we saw, Will tried to pop off last week. Like, I spent a couple bands on you, okay? I've spent almost 10K on you since you got out, putting money in your pocket, clothes, that ring you wearing, that ceremony with the officiant. I had to buy these bondage ropes and stuff for you to tie me up. I've spent the bands on you, okay? Is what Will was saying. But he's also said you've had people taking care of you this entire time that you were in prison, which I was like, that was good to learn that Will has not been shelling out a whole lot of money while she was locked up, that she has a roster of sugar daddies or men taking care of her. Now, do I believe that she was locked up and accumulated $25,000 and used all of it on commissary and only came out with $1,400? I don't know if I necessarily believe that. It's giving, I want to keep my money and spend yours. But she tries to take the bus because she's upset that he, the sandwich shop, and he's telling her, like, go ahead, like, you want to go ahead. I don't care. But then he ends up getting her before she gets on the bus. Now, what cracked me up is that they're outside trying to have a conversation and the woman comes out with the sandwiches on the tray. Like, no, don't bring the sandwiches. That's what got her mad in the first place. But them sandwiches did look good. Like, the sandwiches did look good. Toria said, Courtney thinks she is smarter than Will and think she can outsmart him. Something tells me Will isn't as slow as she thinks. He's not. I think Will got street smarts. He's actually smart. He has a great job. He's just a little freaky. He hadn't been with a woman for 9 years. He got one that was willing to do all this weird stuff. And when she got out, and he married her and trying to keep her, tied up in bondage at home. So I really think that he is smart. He stood up for himself. We don't really see that often from like the resident geek of each season, but Will stood up for himself. Like, that shit was so funny. He's like, I spent a couple bands on you, okay? I said, oh, it done jumped out of Will. But yeah, I felt like he stood up for himself, but they got through it. He apologized, she apologized. They went back tying each other up to prove their trust to each other, child. And then they get together the next day and he's going back to the airport. And her first question is like, okay, you about to leave, but are you leaving me a credit card or something? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave you a card and I'm giving you like $1,000 a month. I'd take it. But did you see the like in her face when he said, I'm gonna give you 1,000 a month? I don't know if she was upset or relieved that she could use this money to use again, but she was like, so I was like, I don't know if she didn't feel like that was enough or what. But that right there, that pause that she took gave me concern. And I guess concern would be right because she says she's having, my shirt got a string on it. But she's having, these I still think the sugar daddies are taking care of her. I definitely think they were still taking care of her. Like, where did she get them Gucci glasses from when they went on their little second date? She's wearing the Gucci glasses and stuff. I clocked that. But, he goes back home and she got locked back up 6 weeks later. So I guess his suspicions were right that he thought she was using. She probably wanted to use the money he was sending for that. But it seems like Will was waiting for her. And they are going to be on life after lockup. Now, what I'm still trying to figure out is, will life after lockup be after she gets out for whatever she got locked up for, is what I'm thinking. Because it just doesn't make sense that because they're together in the life after lockup. It wouldn't make sense for it to be like him flying back to where she is type situation. So I'm thinking it's after this little stint that she did, but we'll have to wait and see. But was this a first, guys? I feel like I'm trying to think back. Have we seen people go back to jail before the season even ends? Now, we've seen where after the season they go back, But I was like, is this a first where Michael went to jail before we even got the cameras to stop rolling, child? I think he's a love after lockup first. I really do. I'm trying to think. No, we've seen some other ones in the beginning, and I think two of them passed away already of drug overdoses as well. But we have seen it before where they go back before the season is even over. I think it's been a while though since we've seen that. But yeah, this is season 6 of Love After Lockup. It did not disappoint. If you guys are looking for the episode to stream on other streaming platforms, because I know some people, I guess WeTV isn't everywhere, but I always give you guys, it was season 6 episode 10, Secret Cellmates, but cell is spelled Cell. Cellmates, get it? Because everybody on that phone talking to other people. So I will continue to keep you posted, the Julius and Alexis drama of it all, what's going on with them, the rest of the couples. We will be continuing our Saturday tea talks in August when Life After Lockup premieres. So we'll be kicking it back up. But don't forget, I have other recaps as well, other live recaps and pre-recorded. So please make sure you follow my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Reality Recap 2876. Subscribe, set your alerts so you don't miss anything. I'm still recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm still recapping Basketball Wives, putting up some short videos on the Never Ever Mets and the Valley and all of those things. So please make sure that you like, share. Come on, y'all. Hit those little likes buttons. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, commenting, and interacting with me today. I will be back on Monday to recap tomorrow's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So follow me on Instagram and Facebook for all the reality and clips and highlights of episodes from all the happening, trending reality TV shows and stars. So follow. Thank you again to Instagram for 17K followers. I reached that yesterday, 80K on Facebook. I think I'm going to be at 83K by tomorrow, the way the numbers are going. So welcome new followers. Thank you so much for all the support. I appreciate y'all so much. You can tell I love doing this. It's really my passion. So I appreciate y'all for following and supporting. And don't forget, thank you, Toria. Don't forget, I am now an Amazon influencer. So please go to your Amazons, follow me. What you see down here on the screen, reality_recap, giving you mom life products, family life products, equipment, podcast equipment, skincare, hair. You can shop my profile picture from my promo photo shoot, the outfit. You can shop my Beyonce to Cowboy Carter outfit, all of the things I've been posting in my story, giving you links. So please follow and support. And if you're shopping on Amazon, shop through me. If you see something that you like, I appreciate you. Y'all have a great Saturday. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Y'all stay safe. And like I always say before I end my shows, reality TV stars are humans too. Let's not forget that. It is your girl V with Reality Recap. I'll see y'all on Monday. Peace.